center of the hottest issue, Mr. Kim, the manager of the Younji Milk Factory. Younji Milk Factory is famous for its high efficiency and usage of high technology machines to produce high quality milk. But recently, it has been found that the factory is having a crisis with inventory surplus and overdue orders. This crisis appears to be so sudden, but some experts say that this crisis has been expected from a long time ago. It seems like the previous manager wasn't too knowledgeable about the factory management. However, the new factory manager may have some solutions to our issues on the table. We'll see what his solutions are. Good evening.
Hello, my name is Lyvia from KBS News.
Good evening, my name is Younji from German News. And here beside me is the factory manager that will either be a hero for the company or be fired from the company.
Hi, my name is Han-gil Kim and I am the factory manager. Thank you for having me here.
Today we are going to discuss the recent crisis of the Younji Milk Factory. We will cover the definitions of the three measurements of process management, relationship of sales and process, importance of the bottleneck, and the 5 steps to improve the production process.
Thank you for a great introduction, Hojin. Now let's get back to the manager. Due to the recent crisis of overflowing inventory and the overdue orders, the factory has been experiencing a major growth. The Younji students are also voicing their anger to your factory as some of them suffer from calcium deficiency. It seems like we are in a serious situation here. Now, before we look into the problems of your process, I have a simple question for you. What are the 3 measurements you think you really need to consider in order to solve the problems of the manufacturing company?
I think the 3 vital measurements are inventory, operational expense, and throughput. Inventory is all the money that the system has invested in purchasing things it intends to sell. Equipment, property, and the factory itself could also be part of the inventory. Operational expense is all the money that the system spends in order to turn inventory into throughput. Labor costs, inventory costs are the examples. Lastly, throughput, or the flow rate, is the rate at which the system generates money through sales, net of variable costs. Or simply, we can say, value added by the system.
You say that labor cost is an operation expense, but shouldn't labor be considered as inventory and not operational expense? Isn't the value added to the product by direct labor had to be part of inventory?
It could be, but it is not necessary because it's better not to take the value added into account. This prevents confusion whether a dollar spent is an investment or an expense.
Okay, if you are implying that labor is inventory, then what is an operating expense? From what I know, selling a product also means we are selling the time invested in the product, no?
No. All employed time, whether it is direct or indirect, idle time or operating time, it should be in the category of operating expense. It would become way too complex if we view labor as a time input that is being sold to the customer.
Why is flow rate through sales then? Shouldn't production companies only focus on how efficient the factory is? Sales aren't related with production, that's marketing.
That is because no matter what kind of company, and in the case of a manufacturing company, if the inventories are not consumed at all, we would have to close down our warehouses as we have no business. Therefore, sales have a direct relationship with the production process as well.
Then what do you think is the cost for the inventory surplus that is supposed to be consumed?
The reason for the inventory surplus is because we were producing milk boxes over the amounts that are demanded by the customers, which the previous manager was trying to keep the machines running to increase the efficiencies.
Wait, hold on. Isn't increasing efficiency, which calls inventory surplus a good investment? Inventory, after all, could be sold and therefore be labeled as an investment.
Yes, keeping a certain amount of inventory in front of the bottleneck is good to keep the flow rate constantly moving with the rate of demand. However, we should simultaneously subordinate other processes to follow the decision at the bottleneck.
Do you think that maybe enhancing the well-being of the employees to motivate them to work harder and reduce idle time of employees and machines would achieve cost efficiency and make the factory to be balanced?
The definition of a balanced factory would never be an answer to a problem we are facing. This is due to statistical fluctuations such as variance of each employee who have different skills, different idle time, and the process time dependent on the bottleneck. The factory could never be balanced in that way, but rather we should improve the bottleneck by balancing it with other resources.
That is an interesting perspective. How about, now that we know the solution to improve the process of your milk factory, can you tell us what are you going to do to improve the process?
Yes, there are a total of 5 steps. Step 1 is to identify the system's bottlenecks. Step 2 is to decide how to exploit those bottlenecks. For the next step, we need to subordinate every other decision to step 2 decisions. Step 4, we have to elevate the system's bottleneck. Lastly, if in a previous step a bottleneck has been broken, go back to the beginning.
That's very interesting. I think your answers reflected a different view on the current problems with your factory and have suggested actual solutions that could be implemented. Are there any final words you would like to say?
Yes, I would like to summarize what I have discussed today. First of all, operational expense is all the money that the system spends in order to change inventory into throughput, and labor cost is not considered as inventory. Second, sales are extremely important for the production since the minimum of demand and capacity will determine the throughput of the process. Even though we have high capacity, if there are way too low sales, we would just have an overflowing inventory. Therefore, sales and production is connected. Third, high efficiencies aren't always necessarily connected to profit. We have to improve the capacity of the bottleneck to improve throughput since the throughput of the entire process will be limited to the bottleneck's capacity. Lastly, the previously mentioned 5 steps have to be carried out to improve the process.
Thank you very much for your answers, Mr. Kim. Hope everything goes well at your factory. We really like Younji milk and we don't want to lose it.
Thank you for having me. Before we end tonight, I have a small present for you. Please.
Great.
Thank you.
Wow.
This is
Thank
the
you.
most tasty milk in the world.
Okay.
Okay.
Delicious. Good night.